Greetings guys, Jay Smith here, down at a freezing Bury Golf Range in Suffolk. The longer I'm out here, the more I'm turning into a human icicle. Ping G425 SFT straight flight technology, although there's not going to be much straight flight for me. Straight flight techs, SFTs, the anti-slice things, draw bias, whatever you want to call them, they go one place for me, massively left, because I deliver within reason fairly 0-0. Yeah, anything SF Tech, draw biased, goes over there. So we're only going to hit a few, because this doesn't fit me whatsoever. But this review's more like giving you an idea of how it's going to affect you. Now this is for the slicers. The people which want to hit the golf ball, or don't want to hit the golf ball, but end up hitting the golf ball over there, on the right hand side of the golf course, and that's what they have a nice little relationship with, which they wish they didn't. Tech-wise, inside this thing, 460 head, so maxed out, size-wise. You've got the old classic turbulation on top. You've got the Dragonfly tech on top, so on the crown. So it's been refined for this year. It basically means not quite so visible. Trying to take weight from the crown and basically stick it at the bottom. Now I'm more about its little weight, because the weight on the Max and the weight on the LS Tech is right at the back, but you can move it. Fade, draw, and middle. This thing you can't. It is a dirty, great big tungsten weight, just whacked. It is right on the heel of the golf club, and yeah, you'll be able to see by that. What it effectively does is the old 410, I say old 410 was last year's, but the old 410 was quite draw biased. This is draw biased. It's more left than the other one. So let's hit one normal one. So this golf club for me, the head just wants to release. So most faders, stroke slicers, they swing across the golf ball, but more importantly, leave the face massively open. And by leaving the face massively open, no different to like football, when you kick across the football, you put that spin on it and it fades off. But with the golf ball. So this thing wants to rotate. And also having the fact you've got that weight, massive one in the heel. If you're going to hit this out the middle, it puts gear effect draw bias on it anyway. So let's just hit a normal shot and watch this golf ball go left. FSX on the floor. Oh yeah, there it goes. That's left. I feel sorry for that camera. They took the camera out. So what we end up having to do is we hit a bunch of shots where they're all going, no, right. So let's just hit a few different shots. Because there's no point in just keep on hitting shots like that, because that's where they're going to go, massively left. Inside this head, sounds exactly the same as the Max does. So it's got those ribs inside that you can't see, they're inside the head. Make the sound a bit different. It does make the sound a little bit more hollow, that's probably the word. Yeah. So let's go swing across the golf club now. So basically, golf ball, sorry, like a fader does. Shall we? So we're gonna, I within reason I swing 0, so I'll have to aim a fraction left. I don't want to hit the other camera. Let's aim a fraction left. Yeah, and try and leave the face slightly open, like a fader does. Nope, that's still going left. Now that path was left. I've got FSX on the floor. I'll see if I can show you what the path was on that. That was left. About 4 left. Face just wants to shut down. How much do you have to do? So I wonder this. Let's just, before we hit, and let's just do this experiment. Before we go and hit a load of more shots, see how actually this thing works. Well, we know how it works, goes left. Let's do an experiment. So if I aim towards you, the camera on my right hand side, probably not so much as that, but yeah, swing across it like a normal slicer does, but let the head go. Let's see how well that works. So aim towards you. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Aim towards you, swing left, and then leave the face to stay effectively open. But this will want to, I'd hope I don't get this wrong. Oh yeah, that works quite well. It might be the secret to slicers from now on. Rather than learn getting lessons to swing straight, you just aim to the right, swing left, and let the head catch up and do its job. This is going to be a very, very interesting golf club. going forward. Let's go hit this a bunch of times in my custom fitting studio where it's warm and not snow on the ground. Let's go hit loads of times and let's go see necessarily just how much anti-slice is in this thing. So guys, now in the custom fitting studio, after hitting a load of shots, and it's been a varied data set, definitely, because there's no basic point in me just doing a data set where I hit it normally and just watch everything go 40 yards left. No real point in that. So what I kind of did is I kind of did a few normal ones where they're just going to go left by 30 odd yards, but then also did some wacko swings and some different ideas like I did when I was doing the stuff outside. This is quite an interesting golf club, this SF Tech, because this could potentially revolutionise the idea at swinging. We'll get into that one right at the very end. So let's go do the ball data first. On average, the SF Tech, 154.5. So remember, 155 miles an hour. It's down, my normal ball speeds around about the 160 plus. This is the wrong lofted head. It's the 10.5 head, which I've knocked down to 9 to get as low as I possibly can do, but I need a lower loft. Yeah, some are available, some aren't in lower lofts. That's just the way it goes. I launched it at 15.4, spinning up at 2.6. So there's your problem with spin, which means that basically that's going up at 43 and descending at 44 degrees. That's going to mean that it's going to carry at 2.66 and it's not really going to go too many other places because it's 44 degrees. If you're on a hard fairway, then it's going to bounce and it will roll. But if you're this time of year, 44 degrees, I mean, 44 degrees is the number I'm looking for as a bare minimum necessary to stop a 7-iron into a green. So doing the same thing with a driver is not a good idea if you want total distance from that. However, again, if I had a lower lofted one, I could probably get one out there. But this is not the idea. The idea of an SF Tech is to showcase necessarily how, let's say crazy, because I'm not calling slices swings crazy, but necessarily how good this thing is at potentially stopping you guys from slicing. Although a golf club can't stop you slicing, but that's a different conversation. Swing trumps club, but yeah. A draw bias club can reduce curvature. There you go. Make that what you will. Let's go to the head data. 110.3. Again, we're talking about a ping. I'm swinging this at normal effort. When I say normal effort, my normal effort normally equates to a speed of about 113. On a ping, you're looking at 110, just because it's a heavy head. Generally speaking, you're not going to suffer from efficiency because the heavy head doesn't have no problem producing decent ball speed. Obviously, heavy head moving that same mass. Yeah, that idea. But efficiency is slightly down. Don't look at the efficiency because I'm hitting some weird and wacko shots, which has affected that. But on average, I'm 0-0 and yeah, strikes 1 mil hill, 4 mil low on average. But let's get to the nitty gritty, the fun side of things. Because I've done, as you can see from that data set, there's quite a few which are 0-0 and all like that. But there's a few which are a little bit crazy. And let's go focus on the little bit crazy ones. Let's go to the first one, which I think I labelled the screenshot, how crazy can it get? I did a 12 from the inside, drawer's path, face closed by 4.5, which should draw it quite a bit. But then I heeled it by 18 mil heel, 7 mil low. I mean, that is horrendous. Any normal golf club, even though my face is closed by 4.5, because of the strike, would basically go right. The strike, the gear effect of the strike would outweigh the 4.5 degrees closed with a 12 from the inside. But look what it did. Offline, 0.5. I mean, it's not long, of course it's not, because we're being quite inefficient with how we're doing it. But look how well that got back to target. What's the next one? Here we go. Path, 0.1. Face, 0. So I've basically done 0.1, 0.0. You can't get, well, you can with 0.1. Get a bit straighter than that, but it's within reason, bang dead on to the 0.1 of a degree. And I've 8 mil low, 5 mil heel. So with a face 0, everything else is a 0 to target, but I've low heeled it, that's cutting. Any normal driver, that is cutting. No, not with an SF Tech. That's going left, 16.1 yards. It is a crazy machine. What's the next one? This is the next one. This is the one that I wanted to showcase. So, after doing this, after getting a bit bored necessarily doing some crazy shots, I thought to myself, like I did in the last shot, outside, let's kind of treat myself as a massive slicer. Yep. So someone who swings effectively 10 degrees left and then has a face open and it cuts it massively this way, left to right. So I thought to myself, what I'll do is I'll do a 10 degree out to in, swinging left for a right-handed golfer shot, but I'm going to aim 10 degrees right. So I was kind of aiming at the right-hand side of the hitting net, looked a bit weird, and then swung 10 degrees left. So effectively 0 to target. And I produced 0.7 path out to in, so basically 0. But when I swung, because this head wants to release the face, because that weight is right on the heel, I again say let it go. You have no option. I'm trying to swing like a slicer, so like aim to the right. Most slicers aim left because obviously they're trying to prepare for the cut. I aimed right, 10 degrees, swung 10 degrees left, and just let the head do its thing. 0, 0, struck 3 mil low, 2 mil toe, so basically very good. Still went left. It still went left with a path 0 across with the face slightly open and a 3 mil low, 2 mil toe, so barely. That should have tiny cut, but because of everything, it still went left by 10 yards. And look at the carry, 272. That's longer than average. So all you guys, I'm not saying this, I did this as a stupid experiment. The fact that slicers swing massively across and with the face open by however many degrees, if you just aim right by however many degrees you swing left, so you're now swinging on target, and just let that head catch up, you're effectively doing a massive pull straight to target and longer than average. It is crazy, that SF Tech. I can't wait to get a load of slicers to test this, because this, with correct tuition, potentially could absolutely change people's games. Now, a golf club like a draw bias club, SF Tech, will take curvature of the golf ball. One, because of the location of the effective sweet spot. By moving that weight into the heel, they drag the effective sweet spot towards the heel. You want to hit middle, that's putting gear effect, draw gear effect onto the golf ball. Also with that heel weight, that's wanting to release the golf club. Releasing golf clubs don't have a face so much open, takes curvature off. If you're going to still swing it left, unless you get tuition, proper tuition, you're going to be swinging left with a new SF Tech if you just buy it off the rack, and you could be transferring your game from hitting everything to the right to massively pulling everything left. So you've got to make sure you get custom fit. Don't just buy these off the rack. Make sure you go somewhere with great technology, if you can, with all the available options of shafts, etc., that we're lucky to have here, and get properly fitted. So that was a bit more fun, a bit different to normal, but I hope you liked it. If you did, comment below. Will you use an SF Tech driver? Could it make a difference? Will it make a difference? Don't know. Next to it, that one. It's thumbs up. Click it. Like. So YouTube likes it. Next to it though, red button. If you can click that one, that's a little subscribe button. And next to it, bell icon. If you can click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.